So you guys chill. The movie is not yet out though. As in, like, this movie has not come out yet. And we're already having this, oh my god. I don't even know. I don't think this was the intended PR for the movie, but I'm not even gonna lie. It's actually working. I'm telling you the truth. Whatever marketing strategy it was that they had, I don't know if this was part of it. It's crazy. Anyways, guys, welcome to another wonderful episode of the Kiwi Show. I am your favorite host, Jessie Rogers, and I am back with another very interesting topic. So if this is your first time seeing my face here in front of your screen, how about you click that like button? Do not forget to subscribe and of course share to your friends. We do this, you have to do this. I always tell you to do this. Well, you need to do this because we bring you nothing but the best here on the Kiwi Show, and I am glad and overexcited to have you guys back here. Okay, so what am I talking about? What movie is that? We don't know the name. Oh, I think it's 3 Working Days, right? 3 Working Days. It's a movie that's about to drop very soon, and we have our major mama on it, Nancy Isime herself. Ooh. I know a lot of us are, Nancy Isime fans, you get. So I can understand, there's a whole lot going right now. I believe there are also people who are, of the Islamic religion that are also her fans. Yeah, I believe that too. So the whole thing is causing a lot of some kind of stare online because she released recent pictures, people. She released recent pictures to show that, that she was on a project, an ongoing project. And she happened to show herself in an attire that was very, very sensitive. It triggered a very triggering attire that has seemed to offend a lot of Muslims in Nigeria. Okay, so now here's the thing. Now this movie is not yet out. Don't you think it's like, this is just a question, okay? Don't you think it's too early because there's been a lot of statements against the pictures that have surfaced online. So some call it satanic, some say it's misrepresenting the Muslim religion. You get but me now, like, I'm asking this question to everybody. Since the movie is not yet out, we don't even know what the movie is about. We don't even know if it is even going to be focusing on the Islamic religion or not. We don't know what this movie is going to. We don't necessarily know the storyline. So we don't know where the director or the producer of the movie is taking us to yet. These are just like, teasers, snip tips that would like interest people or, pick our attention, get our attention. So, however, it is receiving more than the backlash that was probably, I don't know if the backlash was even intended, but it's getting a whole lot of it anyways. So now here's the thing. I feel like all we have is just pictures, okay? We don't know what the story is about. So what do you guys think? Don't you think it's like too early to tag it satanic or to tag it as, misinterpretation of the religion? I mean, if you're thinking broadly about it, what if the character, this is a what if question, what if the character that Nancy Isime is going to be acting is a Muslim girl, okay? Let's say what if she is a Muslim girl? This is a what if question now. So now I'm going to come from this point of view because I read some of the comments online. I read some people are of the opinion that, oh no, it's bad. Some people are like, oh no, there's nothing wrong with it. So here's the tricky thing now. I've seen Muslim women in hijabs play a lot of roles, like different roles, both in movies or whatever it is. Do you understand? And I understand something about the Islamic religion that is very peculiar with them. Once you see an Islam woman, you will know by her attire, with her hijab, you know that she's a Muslim, okay? No matter where it is you see her, whether in her place of work, whether in the bank, wherever she is, no matter what it is that she's doing, I think it's part of their religion, part of their, their rules, doctrines, and, culture, whatever. All right, I think it's part of their, the whole Islamic doctrine to put on that attire. As a woman, you have to like get yourself covered up, that hijab thingy. I had this classmate of mine when we were taking lessons together back then. So she would always wear her hijab no matter what. Even if you're going swimming, this girl will always be on her hijab. So I believe it's something that is a part of them as Muslims. But now here's the thing. The criminal activity cannot be associated with one religion. So what am I trying to say? There are criminals everywhere. There are criminals in the Christendom. I won't even lie. Yes, there are people who are hiding under the guise of Christianity to commit atrocity. There are criminals in the traditional worshippers and other religion, in Buddhists, Hindus, whatever other religion out there. There are criminals that practice those religions. So there are definitely criminals that are also Muslims too. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. It does not necessarily tag the entire Islamic people or Muslim religion bad. I believe because if she's let's say the character is a Muslim girl that is a criminal. Do you understand? If it's a Muslim girl that is a criminal, her criminal activities is not going to stop her from still being Muslim. She's still Muslim. I don't know if you understand. So if the criteria, one of the criteria for spotting a Muslim is the hijab and she wants to put it on, okay, and carry on her whatever her criminal activities, does not mean Islam religion is a criminal religion. No, it's not. I mean, that is if you look at it from this angle. Whatever it is she's doing does not stop her from putting on her hijab. Okay, so like I said, criminals are everywhere in every religion. That's why I'm like asking, do you think these things are not too intense? These statements are not too intense? Because you see, this is the difference between, you know, the major religions, like in the whole world, the major religions that are recognized are Christianity and Islamic religion. You see, this is the major difference between Christians and Muslims. All right, Muslims do not tolerate they don't tolerate the slightest blasphemy on their religion. They'll put you straight one time. Okay, you can't even compare it to the Christians. We tolerate a lot. I mean, this whole thing of costume, like putting on the costume of putting on an attire and using it as a costume. That's the Islamic attire, that's hijab, and use it as a costume. So most Muslims are having problem with it. They're not very receptive to it. Okay, and I don't know why somehow I'm led to believe that it's just maybe it's just Nigerians being sensitive. I think Nigerians being Nigerians. Maybe Nigerians are pretty sensitive when it comes to some certain things. Even in Christianity, there are some things that American Christians do that Nigerian Christians won't take it lightly. So I personally believe this is a Nigerian thing, what is accepted in our culture, because somehow our culture tends to affect our religion. So you see the way Nigerians are very sensitive when we see some American movies where probably I don't know how many of us have seen this horror movie, Curse of the Nun and the Nun. You know, there's even this Pope's Exorcist. You see some very blasphemous movies about, you know, the Christendom and stuff. Some Nigerians are very triggered by those kind of movies. I'm not even gonna lie. They're very triggered by those kind of movies. Some Nigerian Christians, but most Christians in diaspora, they don't, like in other countries, they don't care. It's not a big deal to them. So I think that is precisely what is playing out here in in the Islamic version of it, like in the Islamic religion here in Nigeria. Because are there other movies, Hollywood movies, that have women in hijab carrying guns? Oh yes. Yep. There are so many movies like The Town, Dune. There are so many Hollywood movies, like, you know, foreign movies that have ladies in, like, even Hollywood movies always try to depict they always try to depict the Islamic religion. Like, they always try to like associate it with violence, which is a very wrong stereotype. I know Muslims that are very peaceful. I don't know if you understand. However, this like narrative has sort of like been sold for the longest time over there in Hollywood. So I believe Nigerian movie industry trying to inculcate that stuff, because that is exactly what just happened. Like, that is what this whole thing is looking like. Although we don't know the storyline yet of the movie, but it's looking like we're trying to do, you know, one of those Hollywood movies that depicts Islamic religion, and our Nigerian Islams now are standing up to say they don't like it. Now, here's the thing. Here's my take on this. When you go to Rome, you behave like the Romans. Okay? Let me read something I saw online for you. Now, I think this is from a politician. He was like, I joined my brothers and sisters to strongly protest the use of the hijab in an upcoming Nigerian movie produced by one Miss Bolanle Ayo. The hijab is you know what's even going to be funny? You might even be surprising that the movie producer, Ms. Bolanle Ayo, might even be a Muslim. Let me continue this though. So the hijab is an outfit deeply attributed to Muslim women that symbolizes respect, modesty, and religious devotion. Okay. Now, I want to compare hijab and the Reverend Sister outfit. The Reverend Sister outfit is also something that symbolizes respect, modesty, and religious devotion. But we see a lot of movies use that attire to achieve whatever it is they want, to act whatever it is they want. See, that's why I said Christians are so tolerant. Christians are so tolerant. Sometimes I feel bad for the level of tolerance that we have for some of these things. Because do you know that, do you guys know that at some point, Jesus had to make Cain. But no, Christians of this generation, they don't call BS. Some of them feel that once they do that they are also sponsoring the tarnishing of, the image of Christianity. You can imagine, you would see things like even these comedians and skit makers, they come online, use the Bible, make caricature of church, do their thing, and everybody is laughing. Even Christians are laughing. Now, I'm not saying Christianity is such a serious religion and you don't ever have fun. I understand when it's time to have fun. Have fun. Have your fun in peace. You don't need to ridicule God to have fun. I don't know if you guys get where I'm coming from. I see people do a lot of, I would call it blasphemous things in Christianity, but we tolerate. I don't know. We Christians tend to condone these things a lot. And if someone like me comes out tomorrow to say, oh no, this is not right, this is not how it's supposed to be done in Christendom, somebody somewhere is going to come and tell me that, oh, I'm ashamed to Christianity. And I'm just looking at you like, I don't get. This is why nonsense keeps thriving. You cannot make caricature of Islamic religion anyhow and go scot-free. They do not tolerate. They don't let nonsense thrive. So now this man goes on to keep saying that it should not be used as a mere costume in a movie. This kind of thing has never happened before in Nigerian movie, like where you see Nigerian movie, a lady wearing hijab and carrying a gun. I think this is the first of its kind. I think this is actually the first of its kind here in Nigeria, like a Nigerian produced movie, a Nigerian movie. So this is the first time something like this is, like a movie like this is being shot in our country. Yes, you say that Hollywood has been, doing those kind of movies, but now they do not. The Muslim community, like I said initially, culture somehow affects our religion, the religions that we practice here in Nigeria. We as Nigerians, we tend to be sensitive to some certain topics, to some certain incidents and whatnot. Now, if the Muslims abroad tolerate those kind of things, the ones in Nigeria don't want to tolerate. I don't know if you get where this is going. They don't want to tolerate, and I believe it's something that should be respected. This is the first time something like this is happening in our country, and they're tackling it. Maybe all along they've actually felt that way whenever they see foreign movies like that depicting the Islamic religion like that. Maybe they've actually been sensitive to those kind of movies, but they can't do anything about it because they don't have control over those kind of things. But here in this situation now, they feel like we have a little control. This is our country. We're going to decide what to be accepted about the Islamic religion. I don't know if you get where I'm coming from. So they are saying that no, since this is within our jurisdiction, we're going to tackle it. We're going to make sure it doesn't thrive. That narrative cannot thrive in our own part of the world. I don't know if I'm making sense, because that is exactly the angle I feel they are coming from. All right, and they seem to have a very unified stance. Now, this person goes on to say, he said he believes it should not be used as a mere costume in a movie, especially when the scenes it portrays are clearly associated with negative moral vices. Now, using the hijab in such scenes is a profound disrespect to our mothers, sisters, and daughters. This garment is a symbol of respect, and portraying it in a manner that suggests otherwise is offensive. It's offensive to those who wear it for religious purposes. Now, the producers of this movie should have considered alternative costumes such as balaclavas or masks for such scenes. For us, the hijab is not worn by our women to hide their identity to commit crimes, but to respect, follow, and abide by the teachings of our religion. I join well-meaning Nigerians in calling on the producers of this movie to respect our religion and remove all the scenes where the hijab is portrayed negatively. We also urge the National Film and Video Censors Board to censor these hurtful scenes to protect the dignity of those who wear the hijab. You see? Sensitive. They are sensitive. Now, another person said, we really need religious tolerance in Nigeria. Peace can reign between diverse ethnic groups and religions. The lady who produced the film should explain what she wants to achieve with it so that she won't be misunderstood. There should be more enlightenment on how to live in harmony and tolerate each other no matter our differences. Yes, I understand where this person is coming from. And initially, I actually talked about how the disparity, like the major contrast between Islams and Christians. Okay? Christians have been known to tolerate and not really make any necessary movements against, like, whenever we feel our religion is being blasphemed. Christians mostly seem, quiet. But this is not the style of the Islams. They kill nonsense from the roots. Like their own, whatever they define as nonsense, they kill it from the roots. So I don't know if you get where this is coming from. The reason, if you're wondering why this thing is sparking such a sensation in our part of the world, because you feel in your closet, you feel, oh, Hollywood has been doing this thing since now, but we've been watching, American movies and they do these kind of things and we don't complain about it. Why are we now doing it as Nigerians and you're complaining. Did you think they never really complained? You don't live with every Muslim to know how they feel about some of these Hollywood movies. The point of this video is I believe everybody's opinion should be respected, especially when it has to do with the society. All right, if the Islam community, like their people, have a unified form concerning this particular topic. So what we need right now is for the producer to come out and pacify them. If her explanation works, then so be it. If it doesn't work, then they might have to look for how to make adjustments. However, I get all this whole, craziness. But do the actors really deserve the backlash they are getting? A lot of people have come online to insult Nancy Isime and call her names, insult her colleagues too, even the person that's producing the movie. Let's leave the person that's producing the movie first. Let's talk about the actors and the actress herself, the main character, Nancy Isime. All the, violent and negative comments and all the hurtful things that have been said. Did she do a bad thing to say let her entertain Nigerians? Get this thing. She's an actress. She's but an actress. She sits in the comfort of her home and she's just doing her thing. And a producer can just reach out to her. Hi, I feel like you're the perfect person who would fit into this character that I am creating. Do you think you can be on this project? Okay. They tell her how much the deal is worth and she's like, oh, this is business. She is doing her business. She's an actress. She did not create the storyline. She's not the producer of the movie. I feel sometimes whenever we want to make very negative remarks about people who are doing their job or people who come out of their convenience and decide to bring themselves out to the to social media platform. I really honestly don't think it's enough reasons to say things that you can't even say to them in person. You just behind your keyboard warrior, behind your keypad, you're just and saying very hurtful things. I mean, think about it. Sometimes I feel like we should try to balance our judgments. You know how we do here on the Kill Show. Check. Balance. So, guys, tell me, what are your thoughts on this particular issue? What do you think? What do you think? Do you think Nancy Isime deserves the shades she's getting? Do you think the Islamic section of Nigeria, do you think their opinions should be respected? Or do you think it's just a movie, all of them should go and rest? What are your thoughts? I'd really like to know. Before I, get into the comment section to read whatever it is you guys have, I want to tell you that I am going to be back. Of course, you already know that. I am going to be back with more interesting gists and topics for you, my sweethearts. So if you enjoyed this video, how about you click that like button? Yes, give me that thumbs up. And of course, do not forget to subscribe and share to your friends. Tell me your thoughts, my darlings. And until next time, it's going to be a bye-bye for now.